Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rob Wilson of Artstellations, owner of We Comics. I want to welcome you to this place that your friendly neighborhood artist loves to draw, chat, and chill, to be exact. Happy Friday to everyone. And with this Friday comes amazing news. And yeah, we're about to hype it up. Started the intro off a little chill. We're about to really crank it up. All right? Don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. Got it? Good. So, here we are. It's Friday, June 24th, 2022. So, once again, we got more stuff that people were getting pissed off about. And, yeah, that's kind of what happens when you haven't been given the correct information in the first place. So, Supreme Court has ruled that Roe v. Wade has been overturned. It was never originally part of the Constitution. I'm just saying. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. And now, you know, people have been out all day, Washington, D.C. and stuff. I'm just glad this time around, like Bank of America and a couple other financial institutions that my company's connected to didn't just cut off my access to it just because I was in the area, unlike January 6th. I was just getting off of work when that happened, and they killed my shirt operation, the website, which was ran by Shopify. They shut down that whole store. It had like some 3 million users, people that were creating shirts and design stuff as well, designer clothing as well. And they shut that whole thing down. And in order to save face, Rage On, that was the name of the company, they sold like their shares or something like that in order to avoid bankruptcy. So they kind of dissolved their assets, which was like, oh my god, what the heck, man. But yeah, and then Bank of America, I had to freaking keep calling them because they were saying, oh, what did you do? You know, all the basic troubleshooting stuff that didn't work. Obviously, I have a little bit of experience in troubleshooting just with the basics. You deal with it enough when it comes to electronics and the staff takes you through it. You pretty much get the idea. So with that, you know, after a while, like, what was it? It took like a month or two, and I could finally get access to my my company account. It's like, what the heck, man? I got nothing to do with that. I mean, I wasn't there. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't there. So why just blame, you know, what I'm doing with that? So whatever. But this time around, things look fine. And yeah, hey, maybe people will change their behaviors. Maybe. That's all I have to say about that. But I am super excited as I re-embark on this comic book adventure of indie comics and comics that aren't part of the big two, which is DC and Marvel. I just got my copies of Bloodshot, not Vin Diesel, The Bloodshot. I got book 1, book 2, book 3. Book 1 and 2 had me hooked because one of the artists that I study, Brett Booth, he's really good, but he's not in book 3. Maybe he did a poster or something like that. But yeah, pretty thankful to have these added to my collection. And also, I didn't know the Marvel character Angela was Todd McFarlane created character. So I got issues 2 and 3 of hers that were still available because I wanted to see her story that was specifically from Image Comics. And that's how that rolled. So it was pretty cool. I look forward to reading it. Regrowing my collection and getting some good stuff in there and some original stuff. I enjoyed it. I feel like I'm learning comics all over again, and I'm looking at it with additional lenses, especially one is more than just a consumer. I'm also looking at it as study material to make happen what I want. So I can say it's been a long week. Hopefully everyone out there has had a great week that wasn't too long or tedious, but hey, we're almost at the end of June and up comes the 4th of July 2022. Spend it to your heart's content when it comes up. I hope you get a chance to spend it with friends, family, loved ones, significant others, and the whole nine, because that is the American way, baby. And if you got a problem with the American way, exit stage left, Jack. So, like I said, one of the things I just discovered, I think, this week was there's a Comicsgate group on Twitter. And I'm like, well, shit. Why don't I join? You know, so community thing. And it's pretty cool. They got like just under, they got close to 1,000 members. And now I actually got a place that, you know, people that may want to see my stuff, I can actually post it there and give feedback and find out about new campaigns with other people's stuff. And speaking of which, wait just a minute. Hold on. Think about it. So let's go ahead and do a quick update on Indiegogo, because it was brought to my attention it's 5 days before it closes. Let's see. 5 days before it closes. And I remember I saw this on one of the Comic Artist Pro Secrets streams. And I was like, oh, this thing seems pretty cool. And I put it in the back of my mind for safekeeping, and so seeing the ad again was perfect timing, because I just added to the collection on the way, making its way to the spotlight. Let's go ahead and get to the main. Let's get to the main. Comicsgate Vacation by Phil Diaz. The fucking Diaz brothers. Huh? Who you talking to? The fucking Diaz brothers. No one else around but me. The Diaz brothers. So, seeing this, you know, in fact, let's just go ahead and play it right quick. Because, hey, I love sharing other people's work.
Diaz brothers from Zate Comics. And we're back with our latest campaign, bringing together all the greatest artists and talent that CG has to offer. So take a look at...
Whoa! I'll take it from here, Diaz brothers. What up, people? It's your boy, Mr. CG. Allow me to be your tour guide on the biggest, bounciest beach party book in CG history. CG Vacation!
Love the
We got
silhouette.
bodacious beach spots springing up from the biggest properties in indie comics. Baby, you don't need those guns when you got these guns.
I
you know
think
what
this
I'm
was
saying?
like the first one to sell me.
Featuring art from the industry's heavy hitters, as well as the best new CG talent. I'm talking Dale Keown, Billy Tucci, Auntie Bear, Shaft and Jenny, Rennie Draws, and many more, rubbing ink on hot properties you love, like Pit, Sheep, First Man, Sovereign Wolf,
Cyberfrog.
Chanel,
I love it.
Delusion, Downcast. I could go on and on.
Add in Cyberfrog.
And I will. We got Andy Smith, Kelsey Shannon, PTP, Kaylee, Lil Presti, Monster
Dang.
MD, Rage Tully, Graveyard Shift. Yo, on CG Beach.
I didn't
we
know there were so
got
many
the weeds
awesome comics on here.
Or uncovered. It's gonna be more than 50 pages of pinup perfection, like Penumbra over here. Hey, Mamacita, I was just walking by, and I couldn't help but notice. Holy crap, what the hell is that? We're all gonna die! Why are you posing right now? So what are you waiting for? Take a little break and get away with all your faves. You know you deserve it. Back CG Vacation on Indiegogo today. Later, gang. We got Dahl, Robertson, Joe Ball, Sontag, Miriam Diaz, Lawless, Bancroft, Romero, McMahon, Dalton, Casanova. Just too many to mention, dude.
That's what I'm talking about right there. So, felt like it'd be cool, perfect for the summertime, because I always heard about, you know, the swimsuit edition of like Marvel characters and all that stuff. And since we know that's not going to be there, we just had a freaking, they brought back some endowed chick that was fighting DC characters. And who was it? Robin or Superboy, one of them. They said it's like too much PTSD from looking at boobs. It's like, bro, it's terrible. It's terrible. So that's why it's like, hey, I'm looking in other directions. I'm looking at other indie artists. You know, what level are y'all pushing it to? And I was a fan of Pitt back in the day. I had chose between Max and Pitt, but then I gravitated more towards Savage Dragon. And yeah, Eric Larson fell from glory. So yeah, this comics gate, was it summertime? Vacation looks awesome. I'm excited, and they got a lot of folks in here, so be pretty cool. And it has a 2023 calendar. Something to look forward to. They got their stretch goals, all the good news, all the great stuff. So, bam, ladies and gentlemen, that is another addition to the support that I put in Comicsgate. Let the record show. You know what I mean? It's right there. Excuse me. So, for anybody that's wondering, the link is in the description. This is my link tree. It gets you to my Patreon, my DeviantArt, Gumroad, which I'm revising because the prices for the stuff that I have on there are going up, up, up. So I'm going to do a cheaper shirt, but it's going to have less bells and whistles. So it'll probably just have one design on the front. It's going to be great artwork, no doubt about it. But it won't have like front, back, and then stuff on the sleeves. That should mitigate it down to somewhere between 20, 25 bucks, somewhere around there. Vimeo, which is my backup, I'm going to start putting streams on Vimeo because YouTube has copyright struck me 3 times this week. 3 times. And you know why? They keep copyright striking me because I replay the intros, you know, aside from the RWR Stellations intro, also do the Let's Draw, Chat, and Chill intro, which is a little bit of motion graphics, and then it has copyright-free music. But apparently, if I play the same video with the same picture, with the same music, they'll copyright strike me. So I have to come up with a different picture with the same music. It's so dumb, but that's how it is. Also, Instagram copyright struck me because this was from a thing way back. They said I did a fan art piece of what was it, the new Halloween movie, the one where, not the one that just came out, the one right before that kind of revamped the series and started off as a sequel to the first one. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and get the artwork thing going on out here. Don't want to hide that. This is Draw, Chat, and Chill. I can't be Bojangling. This is one of my newer characters, so I've been working on her for a while. Actually, even while I was deployed. And she is part of the set that I've been working on. Three new characters, drawing superheroines on howtodrawcomics.net. And I just need to color them. So I'm almost done with her, coloring her. And I got the other two characters that I'll be coloring too. And that'll be that. And that will be a wrap. Giddy up. So yeah, copyright struck, and yeah, I made a Halloween old granny. What was her name? Joni. No, I forgot. Whatever Jamie Lee Foxx's her name, her character's name was. Versus Mike Myers, and I found the Halloween music and I put it to it. And Instagram, they copyright struck me. They blocked the video for like years and years and years and years. So I was like, whatever, no one's seeing it, no big deal. And they said they gave me a list of all these countries that banned it because all these countries have ownership of the music, which is weird. Must be some movie soundtrack money laundering going on there. I'm not saying John Carpenter has anything to do with it. I'm not saying that. But I got another copyright strike, which they sent me a reminder of the previous one, because I need a reminder of who's in control, right? And it had something to do with some Lil Nas X. I guess I was sharing a video and they were like, nope, can't share this. It's got Lil Nas in it. And I was sharing it. You know? What the heck? I didn't say, hey, this is my original music. So, they crazy. All of them. Yeah, it comes a point where, like, they got the algorithm story that they keep telling people so that way they can't blame any one person. But, takes a human to run the algorithm. Hopefully those idiots aren't letting the algorithm run on its own. But they probably are. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'll be putting these streams on Vimeo, because I know Vimeo is more reliable. I've never had to worry about getting harassed by them using copyright-free music. And on top of that, I pay for it. So I pay in. Therefore, I get quality service. And I think that's what's most important. One of the main issues with stuff being free. Oh yeah, let me crank the music. One of the main issues with stuff being free is that sure, they'll offer it to you as free, but you are getting free under restrictions. There's always a catch, so that's the name of the game. Always a catch. If you're not aware of that, get used to being put in social media jail, which is one of the most common things in our society now. People think it's funny, but it's actually pretty sad. Being put in a virtual prison because you said something that shook somebody because they wasn't tough enough to handle it. Meanwhile, they just overlook all the school shooters that are prepping and be like, hey, I bought this gun, that gun, and that gun. It's like, okay. Y'all, algorithm, y'all gonna do anything? We're the algorithm, we didn't see anything. How can you not see it? You see everything. Well, we didn't see anything wrong. It's like, oh, there we go. Wait till AI starts being as diabolically savvy as politicians. That's when you know it's a wrap. It's going to be, at least. But hopefully we'll never come to that point because America will hopefully overcome. Scratchy throat tonight. I don't know what the hell. Can't be having that slow me down. Refreshing. So yeah, one of the things, painting, I've done a lot of. The thing that takes the longest for me is the rendering. Because the way it's done for American comics, I'm not that accustomed to. And back when I was trying to do it at a young age, I didn't quite understand it. Now I do. Honestly, when it comes to brushes, I can honestly say that I have as many as I could possibly want. Okay, so we got about, let's see. We got about 20 minutes left. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some more in the background, and I want y'all just listen in, because this sounds pretty crazy. Let's see if I can still find it. Yeah, this dude.
And not only that, you know, bring it back to sexuality. When you open that door for dark forces to come in and, you know, take over the mind, the spirit, the body, it happens. It happens. It really does. And so, a mixture of that, I can see where he can become totally out of
This one
out
dude
his
is off the
mind.
chain.
Now, let's get to the part of the 12-year-old.
He trying to go out in a
now
blaze of
filing
glory.
This order against Ezra. Muchachos y muchachas, of course, this is going to take my radar because I find the Hollywood and the occult and the way that they're perceived by the general public, I find it fascinating. And when we catch wind of this unfolding before our eyes, I mean, this is something to keep on topic about. So I recently did a video exposing the genesis of the concerns brought up about Ezra Miller. You guys can go check that out. I'm going to link it right up here. So if you want to go check that out first, it's a really great foundational understanding of what is going on. And I suspect, along with a lot of other people,
Seems like the only thing that Ezra Miller is good at right now is outrunning the Hawaiian authorities.
you guys
They
can
can't
tell me
catch
what you think those groups are in the comments below. But I'm going to keep my thumb on this because I just find it fascinating that it's happening right before our eyes and it's not garnering a lot of attention. So, Takata Iron Eyes, I explained in my last video, she is a young lady. She's now 18 years old. However, her parents filed a protective order against Ezra Miller, who they accuse him of the G word ever since she was 12 years old. You know, the GR, you know, word. Ever since she was 12 years old, and they allege that he had been using things like substances and the psychological manipulation that were under his thumb. Her uncle attested to this. Well, now he's getting a protective order from a 12-year-old in Massachusetts, and this was announced this morning. But before that, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update of Takata Iron Eyes, who is currently, they don't know the whereabouts of her or where she is or if she's with Ezra or what. But she did upload something to her Instagram where it reads, "This is the way my parents have threatened me in attempts to manipulate my movements and assert their narrative to the public, using ceremony and native religious teachings to guilt me into returning to their dysfunctional household. This is not what our medicine is for. Ezra is innocent." And then it reads Gibson. Now, I did mention in the last video that one of her family members, actually it was her mother, Sarah Jumping Eagle, who attested that she had a conversation with her daughter over the phone, but it was Ezra's phone. She could even talk to her through her own daughter's phone, and that they had a conversation in the background where Ezra, he intervened with the conversation that Takata was having with her mother, saying that Takata is now a new identity, that her name is Gibson now, not her former name. And so I find that very interesting. Now, this is the message that she's referencing to right above where it says, and I'm sorry that I cannot pronounce the indigenous language, so I apologize if I mispronounce any of this, but I'm going to try my best. It says, Waktuja Yuhamani Taku Ilikapo Umi Yun Lapo, I'm sorry to say that you have Lakota blood, and it is going to compel certain inspirations that only other Lakota can really help you with. It's okay to consider the depths of their worldview, but there are blood obligations that cannot be avoided except to your detriment and spiritual degradation. You'll see that we are here to help you. Do not play with medicine. So when I read that, my personal interpretation to that is somebody who is loving and caring and trying to just outreach to Lakota, because I mentioned in the last video that it is also alleged that Ezra is deep into some occultic practices like voodoo, in which Lakota's mother alleges that he took her to a voodoo ritual in New Orleans back in January of this year. And then I also posted another video clip from his former girlfriend, I'm going to assume Mia Solange, in which it posted a pentagram.
Ezra Miller,
So
the
we don't
next
have
Jim
a lot of
Jones.
clarity to
I'm
what
kidding.
that was,
I'm
whether
kidding.
that she was referencing Ezra, although the rest of her posts referenced Ezra, saying that he was an abuser and that he's not a good human being. So with that, I'm just going to interpret this as somebody who is caring and, the type of spirituality that this individual, I'm going to assume that this is a family member, as she references in her post. She says that this is one of her parents. I'm going to assume that what they're talking about in this message is spirituality. And I'm going to assume that it's not the same spirituality that I am part of, which is Christianity, right? Because here it even gives a little detail to that it's okay to explore worldviews. However, what they're saying is when you dabble into something dark, like what they are alleging, like voodoo, witchcraft, stuff like that, it takes a special kind of, I guess, ceremony or, spiritual cleansing of that matter. Now, I'm just going to insert my personal spiritual views. Like I said, I'm Christian. I don't even dabble in horoscopes, y'all. Like, again, I'm not perfect, and I'm not, I'm not this, I'm broken, and I know that I am, so I need a higher source, and that's, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So I just want to give you guys that insight. So with that, I don't even dabble in little occultic things like that, right? So what they're saying is this is pretty extreme. You are dabbling into something very dark. And not only that, it seems to be that Ezra is also getting her into, the use of substances, as I explained in my last video. So what I find interesting about this post that she posted up earlier was that she says that Ezra is innocent. Last little phrase before signing off Gibson.
Ezra's innocent, but he on the run.
That Ezra allegedly
Man
assigned to
on
her.
the run.
And the thing is, Ezra, if he's innocent, then why is he deleting his Instagram? Because it was reported this morning that Ezra Miller had completely deleted his Instagram. And before doing so, he actually, what seemed to be, was taunting the police or law enforcement, in which you guys know right now that they're unable to serve him the protection order that was given by the Standing Rock, I believe, tribal court. And they've been unable to serve him. And so it seems to be on his Instagram, while he still had it up, he was taunting law enforcement, where you can see memes here, people, me, headache, and then the next one saying, me remembering how I was nice when I should have said, who the F do you think you're talking to? And the next one is a little bit cryptic. And as you can see, look at the account that it's coming from. I'm not going to say it out loud, but look at the account, right? Where it says, I am shielded from negative people and their ill intent. My spirit, mind, body, soul success are not altered by any more envy. I am protected from all negative people, or I can't read that little acronym, but it says negative something people attempt to throw me subconsciously and consciously. I clear any and all hidden peers who are hidden enemies. Okay, so very, very cryptic, and I'm sorry that I had such a hard time reading that, but as you can see, the writing is a bit botched there. And then then this next one saying message from another dimension, and the next one saying you cannot touch me, I am in another universe. So in my personal opinion, this attests to the state of mind that he's in, which again, you know, there's a lot of talk that he is under the influence of something that, and not only that, you know, bringing it back to spirituality, when you open that door for dark forces to come in and, you know, take over the mind, the spirit, the body, it happens. It really does. And so a mixture of that, I can see where he can become totally out of his mind. Now, let's get to the part of the 12-year-old now filing this order against Ezra. And we're going to get to the rest of Ezra's really destructive behavior as of late. But first, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, Easy Summer Cold. As you guys know, summer temperatures, they're already here. And they're not only just punching at us, they are punching at our wallets as well, because our power bill will skyrocket. Not just because of the temperatures, but because of inflation and everything that's going on in the world right now. So if you're like me and you only cool down certain specific areas of your working space, or if you're sleeping in a specific room, this thing is really, really worth the consideration. Especially, again, just for me, I don't find it necessary to cool down my entire home, just a space that I'm working in all day. So this guy really serves me well. It is an air purifier, a air conditioner, 4-in-1 portable. You guys can get one for yourself at easysummercool.com. It's really worth, and as well as it's going to help you save on your power bill. easysummercool.com. Thank you so much, Easy Summer Cool, for sponsoring this video. And there was a very, it was a very peculiar interaction that they had, or encounter that they had.
After this, I gotta post some updates.
And now a 12-year-old child from Massachusetts went to their most nearest court, and they filed a temporary harassment prevention order against Ezra Miller after they're alleging that Ezra menaced with their family and pretty much scared the crap out of them when they had an incident happen recently. So this is coming and amounting after, you know, Takada's parents are now, they're granted supervisory, you know, rights over Takada, which is kind of like a conservatorship. I know that is a very scary word. But given the situation where it seems like legitimate danger to this person, because the person is coerced, is under cultish control.
Yeah, I gotta post some new updates on
like
our Patreon and DeviantArt. I'll try not to bombard them. I got a lot of content to play catch up on.
Concerned over, and look, I say this because you know, sometimes when you're under control, when you're under the psychological abuse and psychological control, you just really truly don't know what you're under in that situation, right?
I advise you to. This deep house mix is no copyright music.
Behavior.
Please don't flag me.
The signs of, you know, some truly nefarious intent that could come to that person or the victim in the future. All right, jumping to the matter. So the incident that happened February 2nd. Now, to level set on who is making these accusations and the witness testimonies, it would be the now 12-year-old, who was actually 11 years old when this happened, the mother of that 12-year-old, as well as a neighbor who are making these allegations. Now, they say, or actually to clarify a little further, they actually live within a 40-mile radius of Ezra Miller's Vermont farm. And the reason why they were even within the vicinity or premises of Ezra Miller's presence was because the neighbor who was making one of these witness testimonies is actually in a band with Whitney Suiters, who is actually Ezra's really, really good friend. And I can even make a video about this, because once we jump down these rabbit holes, it seems to be like as it uncovers more and more and more rabbit holes seem to uncover itself. So Whitney Suiters, good friend to Ezra Miller. The neighbor is in a band with Whitney Suiters, which is why Ezra Miller was over at this home. So it is being alleged that they had no idea why Ezra Miller was dressed up with a bulletproof vest, first of all, and that they had the neighbor had no idea that Ezra Miller was even armed. And there's a reason why they knew that Ezra Miller was armed. Now they say that the tension started brewing in this, this home when, first of all, the mother was talking about doing things with her tribe, in which I'm just gonna assume, just out of that this little detail, that this mother is an indigenous person, which hence why she was talking about doing activities with her tribe. In which Ezra Miller then snapped at this mother and accused this mother of cultural appropriation. Like, don't even get me started on cultural appropriation. But okay, if that's your argument, cultural appropriation, how are you gonna accuse somebody who's indigenous and literally talking about doing things with their tribe of cultural appropriation? You know what I mean? So he snapped and started yelling at the mother about cultural appropriation. And then there was a conversation about a board game named Parcheesi, in which Ezra was alleging that his board game had Rastafarian roots, and the person who was trying to get more clarity from him, which was another neighbor, was asking him, what part of this board game is Rastafarian? And mind you, the neighbor is biracial, half black, and questioning Ezra then snaps and goes into this big tizzy. He starts exploding and he starts asking very aggressively, you don't even know what the F you're talking about? What did you say to me? What did you say to me? And then the neighbor alleges or accounts that they were very caught off guard. And
Ezra be tripping, bro.
His jacket.
What is that dude
he had this
on?
big Sherpa jacket. It says here, and
He's
Ezra
on
opened
infinite
up
high
one
mode.
side of their jacket. I think they're talking about a pocket, and you could see a gun. And Ezra said, talking like that could get you in
He's
a
like
really
Jim
serious
Morrison crossed
situation.
with
Okay,
Jim Jones.
So, if this is true, right? If
No,
Ezra
he
really
was
did
like
this,
running guns
Ezra
too,
is
I
out
think.
Of his mind. Okay, because
Headed
any
towards the
sane person who
KKK
owns a gun, who is
charter out in
pro-Second Amendment,
North
which
Carolina, I
very
believe.
weirdly, it's kind of
Because
sounding
he was,
like
like,
Ezra's
threatening them.
pro-Second Amendment. I don't know, like most Hollywood isn't, but anyway, it seems to be that he has a lot of instances where he has his gun.
And it's almost like
And I'm
people are
not,
like,
again, I'm very pro-Second
hey,
Amendment, but the thing
Ezra
is,
Miller, what you want us to do?
you have to exhibit
That's not good.
a lot of discipline with
He got it
your
like
handgun
that,
and
damn.
handling your handgun. You can't just
Who
brandish
the hell
it
is his hand?
because you have
Because
an
he
argument
clearly trying
or
to handle the
because
girl.
you disagree with somebody. Because then you never know
That's
who
some
the other
scary
person
stuff
is, if
right
you're
there.
antagonizing the other person. And then, the most important thing, gun safety, right? You have to be safe and disciplined with your firearm. And it seems to be, as I mentioned in my last video, that, Ezra seems very flippant and has no self-control with his firearm. He brandished it in front of Takata's uncle, just waving it around, no muzzle control, nothing, just whipped it out. And now he's using it as a tool of intimidation because somebody was asking him a question. Has no self-control whatsoever. So, says talking like that could get you in some really serious situation. And then, after that, as if that wasn't bad enough, Ezra now starts focusing his attention on the then 11-year-old child, saying that, allegedly, that he was talking to the mother and says, I've talked extensively with your child and they have a lot of power to them. At one point, you're going to realize that you don't have any control over them anymore.
Dude, start walking up on 11-year-old.
Child is an elevated being, and they would be lucky to have someone like me guide them. Okay, stop, pause, pump the brakes.
He
Already
said
cultish.
child got a
Okay,
lot of
you're
power
already
to him.
talking like a cult.
He talking
manipulator
like
leader.
Madonna.
Okay, already one. I mean, who wants to
He's
take
a
control
sick,
of an 11-year-old?
confusing
That's sick,
motherfucker.
right? That's sick, and that's you have ideas that are out of your mind. Like, who aspires? You're an actor. You're a Hollywood actor, unless that speaks a lot to it, right? that could be another
So
video.
much
You're a
negative
whole
stuff have
actor
come
in
from
Hollywood. You have all of these connections. You have all of these friends.
almost everybody
and
involved in
your aspirations
the
are
Justice
to take
League.
control of an 11-year-old child. How
I
sick
don't
do you
know
have to be?
how
So that's what it was moving into. And then,
that
according
movie has
to the
such
visiting
terrible
neighbor,
karma.
the mother and the child, then
And almost
Ezra
everybody's jacked
then
up.
focuses his attention to one of the mothers
DCEU.
and says
The one
who
time they
dresses,
tried to
you know,
unite everybody.
very
Well,
alternative and goth.
one
And
time
he
a
started
minute.
accusing
This
his
is
mother of being
closest
a
I ever
witch
came.
and a vampire, and he repeatedly yelled at her, saying things like, "Do you want to drink my blood?"
And that Black Adam
I mean, just
movie.
again, consistent.
It's like a superhero
aggressive
version of
behavior.
Fast and Furious featuring
Ezra
only The
then
Rock.
focuses his attention back onto the child,
Kidding,
the
kidding,
11-year-old,
kidding. Pierce Brosnan
and he
looks good.
started
Dr.
over
Fate.
complimenting this child.
We'll see what he
and,
does.
Then requesting the child to follow Ezra
That's for The
on
Rock.
social media, on
Grow
Instagram,
some hair.
and moving his chair closer to the child.
Black
I mean,
Adam has hair.
red flags all over. If you think this is a red flag, please drop a red flag emoji in my comments below. Red flag, okay? Ezra, you're going way too far, moving way too fast and way too invasive in such a nature that you are invading the space of an 11-year-old child. And again, just repeating from my last video that the first time that he met Takada, the other individual who was an alleged victim, she was only 12 years old.
Damn.
So it seems to be that this seems to be like a target age for him. Ezra automatically
11 to
was just
12, close to
weirdly drawn
13.
to me, says the child, and kept talking about how as he loved my outfit and my style, and kept going on about how it was great. The child remembers. It was really uncomfortable. I was really nervous, and I was scared to be around Ezra after he yelled at my mother and she was crying. The mother
How you
and
gonna
visiting
start
neighbor
yelling at
both
the
believe
mother,
that Ezra
bruh?
Miller may be under the influence due to the dilated pupils they observed on him and his erratic behavior.
That dude on some whole
Now,
nother
Ezra
level
allegedly
of stuff.
apologized for the outburst when he came back to pester the family. They say on another set of occasions. Like what? Like how do you let this guy around you again? You know what I mean? He already showed his true colors. He showed how dangerous he could be. How do you let him back? So anyway, he was around the family a few other occasions, including in April, May, and in June, dressed as a cowboy. Now, the mother and the child, they maintain that Ezra made the child feel uncomfortable by hugging the child and expressed his interest in horses, and that Miller said that Ezra Miller would acquire several horses so that the child could go over to the farm and help Ezra care for the herd of horses. And that's inappropriate. Like, no, you're trying to reel the child in. You are a predator, Ezra Miller. Ever since Takada Iron Eyes, the news broke, they haven't seen or heard from Ezra or Takada ever again.
That's crazy.
Now, here's the thing. There hasn't been a peep from Warner Brothers or from the management
Hell
or from
no, they
anybody
don't say that.
representing Ezra Miller. But
Sweep it
Warner
under the
Brothers,
rug. We just
above
got done
anything, I mean,
dealing
Warner
with
Brothers
Johnny Depp and
is
Amber Heard.
the employer of Ezra Miller in his recent, his recent endeavors in the movies and stuff like that. And they haven't said anything. No apologies, no acknowledgments, no nothing. And that's everything you should know about the industry. You know, that as long as it sells, as long as it makes them profit, as long as, who cares about all of the other things that their employees are doing on the streets and, invading the privacy and doing things that are inappropriate to children, they don't care. Okay? So there hasn't been any comments from Warner Brothers or Ezra's management or anything like that. So with this, this is where we're at right now, and I will continue to watch this unfold. Anyway, with that said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for your support and watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.
Yeah, that's off the chain. Yeah, hopefully y'all heard that. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share it. If y'all want to hear more follow-up with this one lady who does her investigations. Cause that's crazy. And he's over in Hawaii. It's not even like he's in the United States. That dude's not even around. The authorities can't catch him. He's too fast. He's like a rogue. He's like a rogue Flash. He's like Eobard Thawne. I wonder, did he ever visit any hospitals as the Flash? Nah. He's probably too busy getting high. Smoked out of his mind, flipping out on people. Don't need him flipping out on nursing staff too. That dude is crazy. So let's see where we're at. An hour and 7 minutes. I'll go ahead and stretch it. That way you get the full hour. And there's some other Comicsgate, and I think there's a summertime launch with how to draw comics, some kind of thing, sequential art contest. I am very tempted to get involved in that. My only thing is I'm not that fast of an artist, and I got some stuff coming up, so I really got to prepare for that. The next convention I go to, I won't have that many pieces, but there'll be some quality pieces to highlight my newfound art skills that are still in development. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for anybody that stopped by, dropped a like, follow my artwork in the description. Let me go ahead and get it for you one more time. Yeah, it's just one of my new characters. I don't want to really mention her name yet, but she is one of many in the works, and the night is still fairly young, so I got some stuff I got to attend to. I'm gonna come back to this piece, so hopefully next time I bring it up, which won't be next stream, next time I bring it up, should be just about done. Really, I just got to add the highlights, which I already started tonight, as y'all saw. And yeah, we'll get the ball rolling and come on back. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, God bless America, even though it keeps getting on crazier and crazier. Let's get the nice people in the right positions that are kind. We don't need no people spazzing out. You know what I'm saying? No freaking out. That's just unnecessary. So, y'all take care. Remember to keep it omni. God bless America, because we need it. Take care.